Yeah, you think it's any accident? Now, this morning, after 2 days of media freakout over, well, how about the national emergency thing, the Brian Stetler piece, where he goes on with CNN and says this is akin to a national emergency.
Is this something of a national emergency?
Yeah, right. I mean, sitting back there, these folks in the Trump campaign just grab their popcorn and watch these idiots play in their loop. It's funny. Hey, today, big news coming out of the pro-life community, and this is in response to Planned Parenthood's federal lawsuit they filed on November 23rd. Bridget VanMeans with Thrive. Thank you so much. At Bridget Believes is the Twitter handle. You there?
I am. Are you ready to go live?
I am, yes.
Hey, Jamie, thanks for getting us on, and I was excited to be able to get you ahead of the curve, and you're the only media individual in the nation right now that has all of that volatile information in your possession. Obviously, we can't talk about all of it this second, but we're going to give enough for people to stay tuned, and then we can jump back on tomorrow morning after the news breaks today at 4:30.
I would love it, because what's happening is you all are coming together, members of the pro-life community, coming together to fight back against this Planned Parenthood effort, which really is a way to just simply go around safety practices that are currently that other surgical operations have to abide by.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. So there are a lot of moving parts. So I was thinking about how to set the stage for your listeners. So the first thing, yes, what you just said. So Planned Parenthood on November 23rd filed an inexplicable lawsuit basically asking the state to relieve them from basic safety standards that every other surgical center in the state has to follow. And so that in itself is quite shocking. But then that's against the backdrop of some really interesting and volatile information that's been uncovered through investigations. And then I guess they didn't know that on December 2nd, Planned Parenthood would be, Congress would recommend that Planned Parenthood be indicted. So the request from Congress has come down. And they're making a recommendation for an indictment around all those Planned Parenthood videos around fetal body parts. So David Delayden's videos have been completely vindicated. Of course, the popular media doesn't want to cover that. So all of those videos have been legitimized. And now based on those videos, a recommendation for an indictment has been made by Congress. And then here locally, and I know you've covered this, and I know Stacey on the right has covered this, we have these ambulances that are constantly showing up at our Planned Parenthood.
Right.
And as we began to make phone calls and reach out to other external whistleblowers in other states, we found out that this was very unusual. And actually other states have taken action if there have been 2 or 3 ambulance visits. And, of course, the latest public number, I think, was up to 58 in the last 6 years. And so we're going to have some really explosive information about that today at 4:30 right in front of Planned Parenthood.
Right, because you have the 911 calls, you have the 911 records and everything.
We had to file a lawsuit, even though that's all public, that's all public record. And so a FOIA had to be filed. And so now they've been released. And, of course, the popular media is not covering it. So we know exactly why Planned Parenthood is calling the ambulances. We also know that based on just that data, our local Planned Parenthood is considered to be the most dangerous abortion clinic in the United States. And then they're going to have the audacity to try to pressure our court system to release them of the basic safety precautions that they have in place. I think you can hear how emotional and intense about this I am. Well, this is about women's safety today. We will save the debate over abortion for another day. But right now, we need to make sure that these young ladies are safe when they're walking into these clinics.
That's why it's important for you to mention that. Because I said pro-life groups, but essentially what you are pro-women, and the reality is Planned Parenthood is pretending that this effort to go around basic surgical rules and rules of medicine. They say that's a freedom thing. They say that somehow is getting in the way of women's rights, but the reality is it's trampling on them. And if they are successful in this suit, obviously that's going to be horrible for the women who are going to Planned Parenthood.
Right. So, just to give you a comparison, people who are listening have gone for a colonoscopy, or their friends or relatives have, and these are the basic standards that someone doing a colonoscopy has to have in place. And they're doing significant surgeries over there at that clinic, and they don't feel they want to be a surgical center. They don't want to uphold to basic safety practices that a colonoscopy clinic holds to. Just to give you a comparison.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Well, Bridget, again, 4:30 today is when there will be a simultaneous news conference appearance, not only right here in St. Louis, but also in Columbia, in Springfield, right there in Joplin, as well as in Kansas City. So glad to see these pro-women groups who are stepping forward on behalf of women to fight this effort by Planned Parenthood to get around basic surgical rules. Good for you.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you so much. And everything's pulling together quickly, but we'll start going live with our hashtag Women Must Be Safe in the next couple of hours, and then we'll have a website, same thing, www.womenmustbesafe.com. If you want to get off the phone and do something this morning, call our Attorney General, Chris Koster, and tell him he'd better support these laws in the state of Missouri.
WomenMustBeSafe.com is the website. At Bridget
It'll go
Believes.
live at 4:30, so just so they don't go and say, oh, the link is broken.
Right.
So that's going to go live at 4:30.
4:30.
And then the hashtags will start in a couple of hours, so we'll keep everyone updated.
All right, Bridget. Listen, I'm going to put you on hold because I want to see if we can get you linked up with TV today. So thank you very much for that. And want to get some appearance on the Allman Report today as well. So let me put you on hold, and I appreciate what you're doing on behalf of women. And thank you so much, Bridget VanMeans.
Thank you. God bless you, Jamie.
God bless you too, dear.